Oh, I think. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm about to record and need to record here. All right. Oh, am I still in there? Okay, yeah. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy with Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Tuesday. Programming note: no show tomorrow for the freebies. Okay. For those that are premium, we'll have pregame and balls deep tomorrow. That's the day we could do it this week. Friday, we'll have the nerd off. I'm also supposed to be on the Karen Hunter show. Very hardworking person.
Yes, you are.
That's the programming announcements. Okay, so if y'all wondering where we at and all this stuff, that's what's up. Today's show, I don't know how long it's gonna be. We're not planning on doing it too long, but we'll see. You know, sometimes we start feeling it. The official weapon of the show is
folding chair.
The unofficial sport,
Bullet ball.
bullet ball. Extreme. All right, Karen, do you have any banter?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, damn. Hold on, let me pull it out. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
Okay, Karen.
I got two. They won't take long.
I got two as well. Go ahead.
Okay.
But one of mine might take long.
Oh, no problem. My first one is I've been the older I've been getting, the more I've been trying to do more maintenance, like personal maintenance on myself. And so, particularly with like my face and things like that. So I got this thing where it scrapes like some of the really fine fuzzy hair that kind of grows, and not the hair that grows like, you know, underneath your chin, but like, you know, little peach fuzz. And so I've been doing that, and it's been kind of cool to do that, because what I've realized is once you do it, your skin is kind of dry. So I just been moisturizing my skin to kind of replenish what I've kind of scraped off, and I kind of like it because it keeps a lot of the top layer scraped away, and it helps kind of the skin up underneath it kind of grows out and things like that. So I've been realizing that my skin has been looking a little bit better with me kind of doing those things, doing like small little maintenance things, like they're not big things. So I really have, and I actually been kind of enjoying that, because I have always been the type of person, and I don't know if it's laziness, I don't know if it's because growing up, I love my mama, but she's a very prissy person. There's nothing wrong with people like that, but I was like the opposite. I didn't like spending a lot of time doing my hair. I didn't like spending a lot of time on face and makeup. I was the type of person, and I know there's people out here like me that go, the fuck I'm doing this for? I could spend 10 minutes sleeping. Like, why am I getting up doing something for me that doesn't matter personally to me? And so the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I want to do those things more. And at one period of time, I know it might sound wild, I thought, well, maybe there's something wrong with me, but no, there's nothing wrong with me. You just grow and evolve and get into things, quote unquote, whenever you get into things, whatever those things may be. And so, you know, this is part of me getting older and kind of, I don't want to say coming into my womanhood, but, you know, kind of embracing it, a little bit more than I
Coming
used
into
to
like
be.
maybe your femininity or something.
Yes, type of thing.
There's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna be a bunch of different people our whole lives.
Right, and you keep growing, you keep evolving, you keep changing. You know, like with my hair and stuff during the pandemic was a lot of time. Funny, I was really the first time I really learned how to take care of my hair.
I think, but I see that for a lot of people. Like I see a lot of, especially black women, talk about that stuff. Like where they're 30, 40 years old before they're like, oh, I learned how to style my own hair or braid it or whatever. Like whatever thing it is, like yeah, I don't think it's an odd experience. I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah, but yeah, yes, but sometimes I just kind of felt alone on that. But then, like you said, I realized that
Like,
whenever
where would all these YouTube tutorials be coming from if you were alone? You
that's
know what I
true
mean?
too.
It's the biggest beauty is the biggest billion-dollar industry on social media and YouTube and all this stuff. It's because a bunch of people were going through that together but alone, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And I have really been kind of enjoying learning about my skin and just simple things like I use vitamin E now, I use retinol now, like little things that I wouldn't even have thought about before, wouldn't even know the purpose or the reasoning on using it. That I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, what's this? And oh, okay, what's that? Type of thing. So it's been an interesting journey, and I'm just enjoying the journey and wherever it takes me and getting as comfortable as I feel comfortable with it, because I know for me it might be something where I'm like, okay, and then it might be something where I might go deeper into it. I don't know, but I'm just kind of along for the ride. So I just been kind of just enjoying like the maintenance and maintaining and like you say, embracing things that before I just kind of rejected for whatever reason. I rejected it, be in rebellion, be it I didn't want to, I wanted to be the opposite of my mom, whatever those things are. I'm kind of embracing those things, and for me it was something that's even simple as wearing skirts and things like that, because for a long time I was like, I don't want no skirt, I don't want no skirt, I don't want no skirt. But it's one of those things where I was like, okay, I like a skirt, I like a cute dress, type of thing. I like these things. And so I'm just evolving, and you will continue to evolve to the day you die.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part about that is somebody somewhere on YouTube is watching this thinking I want you to just shut the fuck up the whole time. Isn't that crazy? You see how I was laid back, letting you finish your whole thought, and then somebody somewhere is gonna write a comment.
They got something to say.
Scary. I put a book in the book exchange on my walk today.
You did? Oh,
I made that my goal. I'm gonna try to spread some. I read Kindle books, and some of the books I have in here are just sentimental value, like a fan bought them for us or something.
Yes.
And I keep those. Mm-hmm. We have people that are fans of the show who've written books, so we keep that. Mm-hmm. But some of the stuff I want to spread to another place so these people can enjoy it. Maybe. I did see these two people looking at the book exchange, and I didn't know if they were putting books in or taking books out or what, because the book exchange was getting kind of full. But they were standing there so long, and then this one woman had a book in her hand. It was two white ladies, and the book was like a black dude on the cover, and it wasn't like a political book. It was like How I Became a Chef or some shit. But I just was in my racial paranoia in this divided country was like, I hope they're not going through the books, taking out the black ones and the gay ones and this,
right. I hope not.
I hope not.
Right.
I would, most of them were just like kids' books and stuff, but like,
right.
I don't know. Part of me I'm like, man, that's how fucked up our country is. My brain went to like, oh God, no, I know they probably taking books out for being black. And meanwhile, the book I had was a funny book about unfortunate supervillains and like their powers and names and how obscure they are. It's like a fun comic book. Like but I waited. I kept walking, and then I came back, and then I put it in there because I was just like, you never know. They might be in there plotting. They might be like, oh, a black person put a book in. I don't know how woke this supervillain comic book is, but right. It's coming out.
It's coming out.
It's teaching the kids the wrong things.
Well, nobody get to read this.
Next thing you know, they gonna want equality and freedom.
Right.
They gonna think it's okay to be gay. So yeah, but I did walk a good bit today because it was fall. It's finally my time.
Yes.
It was only like 60 degrees.
Yo, temperature. This is when you branch out. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do an hour and a half.
I did over an hour today. It was a nice walk too. I went to a bridge I never seen before.
Oh snap!
Yeah, that was as far as I made it though. I turned around to go to the book exchange. I had to keep walking to let those banshees clear out from the books so I could get my black book and sneak in there like the Underground Railroad.
Right.
What else?
And this one is just recent, and I started laughing when you was talking about we went to the convenience store, and no matter how high and mighty you get, yo, Negro senses always tingle because Roger got me some junk food, and when I got in there, I immediately went for the grape soda, and I got some Snap Wraps chips. Wrap chips, whatever them chips is called, with the Three Amigos on it.
Snap Wraps is what you call them.
Yes, what's the name of them?
Wrap snacks.
Oh.
How would you not know that?
I just know they got the Three Amigos on them.
It don't make it, and it's the Migos. It's not the Three Amigos. What?
Y'all know what I'm talking about, the rapping dudes.
Oh my God. When I have to take care of you because of dementia and shit, this ain't gonna be as funny to everybody then. When I have to post videos from the home, like, yep, she can't remember anything, guys. Snap Wraps. Snap Racks. That doesn't even make sense. Speaking of rap, when do certain and why did certain rap styles just stop? Like, I don't know what was the thing behind them. Like, I'm not talking about like DOS effects, bum stickity iggity. I get that that's a gimmick and that can't go on forever. That wasn't even really that clever. But I mean stuff like, we used to have rappers who had accents, like British accents, like Slick Rick and Dana Dane. You know, like, teacher, tell me how you did it. Why don't we have any? 21 Savage not even from here, and he refused to rap in his accent. I'm not talking about rappers from other places that's how they rap over there.
Right.
But I mean, like, we don't have a Americanized rapper who's just like, yo, I rap like I'm not from here. Like, we don't have a rapper with an African accent.
No, we got a lot of Africans here.
Drake won't do his Canadian accent. He won't say Crody. Everybody just want to sound like they from Memphis. You know, everybody want to sound like they from Atlanta. Nobody want to sound like different. And I miss that. Chubb Rock. Nobody raps like Chubb Rock anymore.
Yeah, his sound is very unique.
And yes. I know Chubb probably just talk like that, but I guess it's hard in my mind to imagine Chubb Rock just being at like IHOP ordering like that or whatever.
No.
Let me get a rooter to the fresh and fruity.
Oh, a beat. I was like, where did this beat come from?
And just sing it. Like, I can't picture him. I mean, I'm sure he does. He has to live as Chubb Rock every day of his life. Maybe he puts on an affectation when he raps. And I think he has a radio show, but I imagine that he still talk like that just on normal shit, you know, when he's just out at the grocery store or whatever the fuck. That's how he talk. But we don't have any rappers that sound like that anymore. Sadat X, you know, the way he used to rap, you know, where it's like, you know, I was talking to a punk. I said, listen, chunk, you're not like nobody. It's so many more rappers than when I grew up. Cause you can just go put some shit on like Spotify and there's no gatekeeper. How the fuck is nobody doing that anymore? That's crazy. There's so many R&B artists that can't sing right now, but they do that talk singing.
Yeah,
you know, where it's
they do
just
that talk singing.
The talk singing, what? Because they can't sing and they don't beg, and it's just like,
right?
How they gonna fuck your girl? Because you came to the. Oh no, I fucked up and bought tickets to your show, where you, the R&B man who's supposed to be collaborating with me to help me get some. You're just singing about how you gonna fuck my girl. Like, no, thank you. First of all, I didn't give you $250 so you can be like, and I'm gonna fuck your girl. Like, I'm good on that. But they can't really sing. And I'm not saying we didn't have people that couldn't really like blow, couldn't really sing.
Right. But they had their lane.
But they used to like make something. They would make it happen. Like,
they put on the performance.
EU.
Yes.
You know, don't worry about. You could still do that today.
Yes, you could.
You don't need to like, I could do that. You know what I mean? You listen to our podcast, you could be that type of singer. You need a dope ass band behind you, obviously.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, no one's trying it. There's no other artist right now who's like, yo, I I can't do the auto tune. That's out of style. I can't really blow. I can't sing.
Right.
I mean, you update it with some new terminology. You know, I imagine if it's, 2024, it's, eating the butt. Ow. lick it, or what, Nobody is, that's a wide open lane right now. I bet you can make $1 billion. We'd rather go get AI.
Rather get AI than to have somebody be creative.
Yeah. What? Roger and Zapp? I want to be your man. Then they modulated the whole
Come
fucking
on.
thing. I still don't know if them dudes can sing. They probably can, but I don't know.
And the people that did Computer Love, I don't know if they can sing either.
That's them. I think.
The same people? Okay.
I don't know if they can sing.
And it don't matter.
But it doesn't matter. And they were able to make money off of that for at least a few
Cameo.
years.
Yes.
Cameo. Nobody sing like Cameo no more. How is that not possible? It's so many untalented, unsinging ass people out here. The world is ready for that. It's like Kanye. Ow.
Yes.
They ready for that. They are so ready. And yet, we look at us just languishing in the R&B lands. Just listen to a bunch of young niggas talking about fucking our girlfriends and stealing our wives, and some of them want to beat us up. Like, it's like,
right, they don't set it up.
What happened? What happened to y'all?
You were supposed to be the wingman. You supposed to be. I know you spent $500 because your girl wanted to be here, but then I'm gonna set you up so you can fuck her tonight.
We were supposed to be surprised when we found out an R&B dude was gangster. We were supposed to be like, oh wow, what?
Right.
You telling me that Slick? You telling me that Keith Sweat will fuck you up and fuck your girl
and give you the business?
I had no idea. That's how we were supposed to
hands.
feel. Like, you weren't supposed to assume it. Now it's like, I don't know. They probably will fuck you up.
Yes.
Like, I can't imagine that shit. It's like if they singing about it in the song, they not really leaving a lot to the imagination. Maybe they can't fight and that's the trick, but I don't know. It definitely gives like I'll whoop your ass energy or whatever. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just something to think about. All right, guys, that's it for my random stuff. I'm just saying, Trey Songz is telling us, he's threatening us at the song.
Look, if the nigga cut me off, I'm going to fuck crazy, you understand? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Cut me off.
See?
That's a bop, though.
I know.
That's a bop.
That's the problem.
He's singing and whooping your ass at the same time.
That's the problem. All right, let's get into the show. Where should we start? I guess we start with some election news, right?
If you want to.
Yeah, let's start with some election news.
You're running against me. Kamala Harris. This former president, we're not going back. This former president, we're not going back. This president, we're not going back. So let's be clear about that. You're running against me.
Kamala Harris.
All right, so stuff has been happening in the election, obviously. We talks about it on here. Here's the new news from the last couple of days.
Okay.
That can't be, that's too much news. Let me refresh. All right, here we go. Donald Trump got mad because they made a movie about him called The Apprentice, starring Sebastian Stan, who I believe plays Bucky in the MCU, The Winter Soldier.
Oh.
And he called the movie cheap and classless. He called the movie fake and classless on Truth Social. And he said that it hopefully will bomb. It's a cheap, defamatory, politically disgusting hatchet job put out right before the 2024 election to try and hurt the greatest political movement in the history of our country.
Child.
He
probably mad because that dude probably acted just like him.
He added that his late wife, Ivana, was a kind and wonderful person and had a great relationship with him until the day she died.
Child, you put it in the ground on the 18th hole.
I know you pushed her down them stairs, dog.
People playing golf right over her grave.
Right.
Get out of here, sir.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers getting a birdie on your wife's grave. Bro.
Right.
What you doing right now? Yeah, so he's mad about that. Seems to be mad a lot lately. Hates Taylor Swift, you know. Let's see. Kamala Harris agreed to a Fox News interview. I think she went on the Breakfast Club today. She's gonna go on Joe Rogan. And once again, I know people have a different take than I do, but I think she's meeting the people where they're at. And I think this is actually a brilliant strategy. I think it's very aggressive. I think it's really showing that you go in there and you like talk them, like she's not afraid to talk to any of these motherfuckers. And I think those of us who spend a lot of time in our internet silos are blocking out the rest of the world, are like, you know,
right,
fuck those people, da da da. But those people do hold some sway. But I think more important, it's something that y'all have never seen from a Democrat other than like Pete Buttigieg lately and Anthony Weiner, who rest in peace to his career. Y'all have not seen this, so y'all aren't used to it. But there's a thing that Republicans do where they go into these liberal spaces, and even if they look bad, they come back to their people like, yeah, I went there and I fucking showed them.
Yes.
And Democrats don't do that.
Nope.
And so her being this person who's running for this job, it cucks Donald Trump, in my opinion, who's canceling interviews right now, who's deteriorating before our eyes.
Yes, he is.
And she's like, yeah, I'll go face the tough questions. I'll go face it. And the biggest chess move of it all to me is that these people aren't trained interviewers or journalists. They're actually not capable of sitting across the room from her and really doing anything, to me, that would truly harm her campaign.
Right.
I just don't think that I think people that don't understand the chess move of it don't understand like her strategically manipulating and moving around these people on their platforms is so much more valuable than avoiding it. So I actually think but that's because I have full confidence in her at this point. I don't. Everyone's waiting for this like gaffe or some shit, and I'm just saying it's been 2-3 years at this point. Y'all underestimate her every turn, including our side. They just think she's gonna go in there and shit the bed. And then the other thing is, of course, in comparison with Donald Trump, she's running circles around this shit.
Right.
Joe Rogan, whether you like him or not, has the biggest podcast platform in the world.
Yes,
if
he
not,
does.
or one of the biggest. Yeah, go on there. Go on the Kelsey show, whatever. Some of these people are afraid to do it, but she's gonna, and I'm glad y'all are afraid, because she's gonna keep killing it, and then y'all are gonna be like, oh, I don't know what I was thinking. The other reason that I think a lot of people don't understand what's happening is that her campaign online is so much more savvy than anybody's I've seen in a long time. And actually, you know what, to be fair, a lot of those people are probably holdovers from Biden, and Biden's online campaign was good, but his offline stuff was what was holding him up.
Agreed.
Anyway, you know what I saw? The Kamala Harris put out clips of her interview with Charlemagne already in audio form.
Smart.
Before he could. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say people are underestimating. They
Get ahead of the game.
Like, they're so worried and nervous and scared that they don't understand what being aggressive looks like. This is like how when you're watching a football game, it's counterintuitive. But you're watching your team's up in the fourth quarter by, 7, 10 points, 13 points. And what do you start thinking in the fourth quarter? Well, don't blitz them. Don't rush the passer, because what if they throw a long bomb and now they right back in the game? And then what do? You go into a prevent defense and you fucking give up a touchdown. You fucking give up a field goal immediately. Like 2-1-2, because you're back here. You're so scared. You're so scared that they're gonna do something. You play not aggressive and you lose. To me, this is her being like, no, we're blitzing to the fucking last day. We're doing multiple campaign rallies in these swing states every day. I'm doing as much media as I can. What'll happen too is if there's ever a bad interview, it'll mostly be drowned out by how much shit she's done.
Yes.
To where, like, if wherever there's a gotcha question or whatever, it'll be like, okay, a gotcha question out of 27 interviews.
Right. She's gonna be doing another one tomorrow. And also, I think for me, it's also one of the things where, particularly for a lot of Democrats, the rules of the game have changed. And a lot of them are not willing, nor do they want to admit that the rules of the game have changed. So the Republican Party was like, the rules changed. Okay, fuck it. Let's adjust to the rules. And we're going, no. We're going by the old rule book. This is what we've been taught. This is what we do. And we don't do anything outside of this.
Yeah, well, the other thing I would say, too, because I said this also about the Republicans who are endorsing Kamala. I said, I don't care. I know people disagree, but I don't give a fuck. The Republicans endorsing Kamala, it's good.
Yes.
And it means something.
It means something.
And people were in my mentions going, well, I mean, if you were waiting on Cheney's endorsement, or no one's gonna be moved by this. And I don't know how to fucking tell y'all. One, this election is probably gonna be way closer than it needs to be, especially in swing states with voter suppression. So get your stick out of your ass and understand what's at stake. Take your pride, throw that shit the fuck out. Right. This is why you're not in campaign strategy.
Yes,
this is why you're not in charge, and I'm glad you're not in charge, because you would just lose. What if it's a handful of votes, you go get it, but the symbolism is more important than whether. Like, no one's saying Dick Cheney's endorsement, Liz Cheney's endorsement is going to swing 100 people. But once we get to, I don't know at this point, a few hundred prominent former Republicans, current Republicans, military officers, once we get to that groundswell of people being like, it's not Trump, because that's what they're really saying.
Yes, they are.
They're not saying I agree with Kamala Harris's policies. They're saying I hate her policies, but I hate the idea of him being president. I find to be more despicable.
Yes, more.
And what that does, that our side is so fucking ignorant to, because we've siloed ourselves away, it erodes the goodwill on the Republican side.
Yes.
It makes your side start feeling like we're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the point is.
Yeah, that like you said, that's the whole point. The whole purpose is to make their side feel like all your chess pieces you had, a lot of these strong, because the thing is, some of these people are very high profile in the Republican Party. People don't understand this. We might not give a fuck about them, but in the Republican Party, they matter.
In 2016 and 2020, they wouldn't break with Trump.
No, they would not.
This means something. I'm tired of these depressed ass motherfuckers on the internet trying to convince everybody we're gonna lose and it doesn't mean anything, and all news is bad news, all moves are the wrong move. Y'all are going to a prevent defense. It's 2.5 weeks out. You got to stay on their ass. Keep going. We have a younger candidate who's more savvy, more charismatic, more dynamic, and every time she has a chance to be in somebody's face talking, she's gonna look better than he will, and you should press that advantage. He was on stage last night. I honestly thought this was a fucking joke, Karen. I thought people were straight up using AI or taking clips out of context and lying, but it's not fake. It's not AI. Donald Trump got on stage and bobbed his head to music for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
For 30 minutes in a town hall Monday night in suburban Pennsylvania, which is a swing state. He did it when a medical emergency in the crowd brought the questions and answers to a halt. Moments later, he tried to get back on track when another medical incident seemed to derail things, this time for good. And because that's another thing, he be leaving these old ass people out there for hours and hours.
That's why he does this shit outside.
Yeah. But I don't know if this was outside, but just I know he be leaving people. They be out there for a while. But he didn't try to restart the program. He instead decided to just listen to music and sway on the stage
for 30 minutes.
He had the staff fire up his campaign playlist, and he stood on stage for about half an hour swaying the songs as the crowd slowly dwindled. So I guess he was just like, I'm calling it early. We had medical emergencies.
He could have just let
everybody, y'all foul out. I'ma just play music. He played the YMCA, Hallelujah, Rufus Wainwright's version of Hallelujah. He watched the Sinead O'Connor video, rocked along to Elvis, I see. Okay, he just going to dead people now. Like, y'all can't sue. Watch the crowd during Richmond, north of Richmond, and then finally left the stage to shake hands on his way out during one last song. When I tell y'all, I'm starting to feel like, I know it sounds crazy, but it feels like he doesn't want to win. This doesn't make sense. And 1000%, I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. If this was Biden,
we'd never hear the fucking
or
end
Kamala, it would be it'd be like drop out the race tonight.
It'd be the number one trending thing. All your political podcasts, everybody would have been talking about it.
Even knowing the context, knowing the motherfucking context,
it wouldn't matter.
They would have done that shit. But yeah, I'm just saying, my son of a bitch. But yeah, man, she's competent, she's confident, and she's just throwing it in their face every time she shows up to one of these things in person, especially these. What like I said, what y'all I think see is the disconnect that I don't, the disconnect between me and the people that are detractors to this campaign strategy. I know that these motherfuckers that have these big shows are stupid.
Right.
And they're not savvy enough to truly like hem her up. They don't know the issues. This is one of the things, the biggest misconception about Joe Rogan. This happened during the pandemic. I'm not even a fan of this dude. The biggest misconception, though, and the reason that many people don't really understand, is that Joe Rogan basically is a wall that you hit a tennis ball off of. By meaning, he doesn't really have a lot of opinions. He definitely is not a very informed person. His show is basically sitting around going, what do you think about this? Oh, I heard somewhere. That's his show. Okay, what happens is he does this show hours and hours every day, and we see the worst possible examples and clips of his show all the time, and especially during the pandemic when he was doing all that shit to science and vaccines and shit. But that's who he is. What you have never seen from that show and will never see is, here's a racist clip and he was saying it to a black person. These are the things I noticed, maybe because I'm in this space, maybe whatever.
Yeah, we pay.
But these are the things that I'm paying attention to all the time. You'll never see a clip of him saying or joking or doing any of that racist shit to some black person's face, ever. All that conservative religion shit or whatever conservative ideal shit. The only time he brings that up with black guests on the show is if it's like comedians and they're talking about cancel culture. Yes. But they don't really talk anything in depth, and he doesn't say anything controversial to them. He says whatever his fucking guest is saying, he just goes with that. There's also a bunch of clips of liberal people going on there and basically making him look dumb or him being like, oh, okay, I didn't know. Now, the reason him, Charlemagne, and all these guys are kind of the same, and the reason that they will always be popular, is that they don't internalize or hold on to anything. They don't have any integrity like that. They don't feel like these are a set of facts that are true and I need to stick to this. And when someone brings up bullshit in my face, I want to be like, no, the facts are this, and I learned that. No, what they do is, hey, Dr. Umar's on today. If he says that lions originated in Alaska, but then they traveled to Africa, I'm just going to let him say it. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. And tomorrow we can have a zoologist on and a paleontologist and an archaeologist, and they could be like, none of that shit that happened yesterday was true. And I'm going to let them say it because I don't give a fuck. What matters is that y'all would watch them say it. Mm-hmm. And I think ultimately that's what you'll end up with all these influencers. I think that's why she won the Shade Room. The fuck the Shade Room gonna do? They don't know shit. They're out here sharing memes about Trump checks. They get their news from memes. This educated lawyer, vice president, presidential candidate is gonna walk her Howard ass in there and go circles around them, and they're not gonna know what the fuck to do. You know, and for the record, not that I'd be concerned if it was 60 Minutes or some shit, but 60 Minutes or whatever, like what she did do, these other hard-hitting journalists, if that's what we want to call the ones on cable news, those motherfuckers have actually lowered their level to try to be like Shade Rooms and Breakfast Clubs.
It used to be different. Like
there's a reason they're inviting Charlemagne on to speak for the black male vote research they could do their fucking selves. They could bring on posters. They could get to that. They're bringing on Charlemagne to pretend to be the black man whisperer, to be like, I know what the bus drivers think. That's not, you can then just go to Charlemagne because they're doing it. Then cut him off at the knees. Go to his dumb ass and talk straight to his face and be like, no, this is what the fuck is happening.
And also, when you talk about the lowering of the standards, it is. And people that are in the journalism field, a lot of them are very frustrated and very irritated because they're like, look, I studied. I know what I'm talking about. I'm excellent at this. And you'll shun me because I'm coming in here with the who, what, when, where, why, and how. But you don't want that. If I don't come with something that's sassy, if I don't come with something bait clicky, if I don't come with something that quote unquote catches them, all of a sudden I lose my job. Even though I'm more prepared, I can explain myself. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You ran those people away, and so the quality of the product drops.
This is what happens when you let Pat McAfee on ESPN.
Yes.
Like you admitted when you let Shannon Sharp on First Take. To be frank, honestly, when you let Stephen A. Smith run the network, essentially, you're admitting that the clownery in the show, in the spectacle, is what the fucking show is about. That's what TV is for. And no one's gonna outclown the internet. No one's gonna outclown these these unverified, unvetted, no research ass people. So yeah, Joe Rogan is gonna be a bigger platform to go on than to go on MSNBC 20 times. You'd be better going on Joe Rogan once. So yeah, we'll see. I think she's been very savvy. I think her online campaign is just so smart. Putting out those clips from the Breakfast Club before the Breakfast Club was so smart.
Very smart.
Because who knows, the interview could be shit show. But the clip she put out that I saw already was one where he was like, you know, what do you think about some people saying all you do is stick to your talking points? And she was like, that's called discipline. I was like, bam, that's a bar. And they already had it out. Like, shared, clip, go. You know, so hopefully it continues to be like that. Mm-hmm. Trump alleges that Kamala's health is failing and blames skin rash on allergies. First of all, have you been seeing this nigga?
What happened?
He is getting oranger and oranger. Like every day. It's like when you take the peel off of orange and you eat the orange part, but you leave the peel on the counter for like a day or something. You come back and it's now a darker orange that's crispy. He looked crispy, Karen.
Oh no.
Yes. He looked like you need to wait an extra 15 minutes at Popeyes. Cause like he is crispy.
Did he come in and be like, extra orange today, please?
He is fried hard. Okay, he come with fried rice.
He come with the house rice.
And he got some nerve. He's making these long ass posts because, you know, everything that they say about Democrats is just shit they do, right? It's the voting fraud. And it's like, okay, let's check everyone who's had voting fraud in the last election. Whoops, it's 97% Republicans. Oh well, what could be the fucking odds? Right. Oh, we need to tone down the violent rhetoric. I don't know. Aren't y'all there with at your rallies with pictures of Harris and Walls tied up in the back of your trunk? Like, right. That's but we toning down the violence. Y'all got the guns. You know, y'all ones with the guns at the rallies. What's going on, baby? Anyway, so his thing is, with us all seeing his obvious decline, is him now being like, what about her health? He referenced medical reports claiming that Harris suffers from conditions like urticaria, I'm not sure about that, a skin rash, and allergic reactions that he suggested could affect her performance. Now, she put out her medical reports because we are used to that. That's what serious candidates do.
Right.
He has never put out his real medical report.
No, his tax returns.
He had that one doctor one that was like that, you know, the doctor that was on the take that was like, hey man, he's 6'9".
He good.
240.
And everybody looking at him like, yeah, right.
Linebacker from Tennessee. Like that, like
from the Ohio State University. Sir, get out my motherfucking face.
So we had that bullshit, but that's not real, you know. Anyway, these are deeply serious conditions that clearly impact her functioning, he wrote, adding, I don't have these problems. He said he has aced 2 cognitive exams and has flawless medical reports, even claiming his cholesterol is at a healthy level. He eats McDonald's every day. It didn't stop on the health record. He also took aim at her ability to handle interviews, accusing her of struggling to answer even the simplest questions. This is the beauty of white supremacy, because there's some people that aren't listening to this, obviously. But there are people that read this and go, those were the facts.
Yes, they are. And this is why you need fucking Republicans going, not him.
And they repeat it, by the way. You know? Like, this is one of the things I think is funny about that small contingency of black men who aren't going to vote Democrat and they be online trolling for the Republicans. Y'all ever notice they don't fact check shit if they hear it from Republicans? As far as they're concerned, Trump wrote them checks.
Yes.
As far as they're concerned, you know what I mean? Like, whatever he says, as far as they're concerned, she's not black.
As far as they're concerned.
And they don't have to verify that. Just Trump said. Now, if I come to them with, like, that's not true. Here's pictures of her father. Here's pictures of her family. Da, da, da. No amount of facts could ever change their mind. So those are the only people he's trying to convince. Not those black people, but those type of people are the only people he's trying to convince at this point, which is why I'm like, is this campaign, can this win? I don't even know what it means for America if something like this could win. It means terrible things already, that it's 50-50 or whatever.
Right.
If it's 47-53, it's still terrible. But just the fact that this is almost comically bad. And they're very long screeds that I won't bother reading all of them. But yeah, he's questioning her mental health now. Because that's a thing.
I think it was on TikTok? I think it was on TikTok. Somebody was interviewing this lady, and she was out there talking. I think some people had their signs up for Trump kind of in the background, and the interviewer asked her, it was probably, I have never seen this before, probably like a trolley, or you know how sometimes they ask in both sides type of thing. She was like, yeah, you're for a Democrat, right? She said, yeah. She was like, well, we see some people behind you pro-Trump. She said, would you like to go speak to them? She said, no. And she was like, why not? She was like, I'm not wasting my time to talk to them. She said, for what? I'm not changing their mind. And it was a white lady, two white ladies. She was like, I'm not changing their mind, and they're not changing my mind. And she was like, well, why do you think the way you do? And they just rattled off a list of facts. I was like, right. Don't waste because guess what? They don't waste their time trying over here with us other than to troll you and make you mad.
Mm-hmm. You right. Let's see what else we got for this one. Geraldo Rivera came out and endorsed Kamala Harris and basically said he stopped fucking with Trump after January 6th.
Don't matter as long as you're over here.
Democratic senator has accused Trump of steering the FBI investigation of Justice Brett Kavanaugh, basically keeping the FBI from investigating the sexual assault allegations and stuff against him during his hearing. A report Tuesday from a Senate Democrat found the investigation flawed and incomplete without following up on multiple leads. The report from a member of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, criticized the FBI for not investigating more fully the claims of Kavanaugh's alleged sexual misconduct described by two women. And that man got on there and cried and talked about beer, and it wouldn't have mattered if he would have put his dick out and sexually assaulted somebody right there in front of everybody.
Oh,
the Republicans were going to put him in.
Yeah, him and Dummy. Yeah, the white lady who ain't had no business getting that job.
Amy Coby.
They pushed us shit over the weekend. They was like, we don't ever come in on our time out, but for you, bitch, we gonna come in here on Sunday. Fuck y'all.
A suspect was arrested after reports of threats towards FEMA operations in North Carolina. So because Republicans have been lying, specifically the president, the former president Donald Trump, and his boy JD Vance, they've really been the ones going around and saying like, so this shit is all fake or whatever the fuck, right? And FEMA is stealing money and all this. So of course some patriots have basically been threatening FEMA, because they've been told that FEMA's going in and stealing people's land and giving the money to immigrants and all kinds of shit.
They was like, y'all attacking us. It was like, bitch, we here to help. Like, the fuck?
So they arrested William Jacob Parsons, 44. He was arrested and charged with going armed to the terror of the public, a misdemeanor. That's a misdemeanor? The fuck?
Hope they upgrade that shit.
Going armed to the terror of the public is a misdemeanor. What the fuck is going on in our state? That's crazy. That sounds sounds like a felony.
Sounds like a federal offense.
Anyway, Parsons was armed with a handgun and a rifle. They received a call that a man made a comment about possibly harming FEMA employees working at the disaster of Hurricane Helene in the Lake Lure and Chimney Rock area. He was found later that day. They received information about the color and license plate of the vehicle. He was arrested in his car outside a grocery store. He is now free on $10,000 secure bond. It's not clear whether he has an attorney or not. The threat also caused some FEMA offices to close, which is not something you would want to happen if you're a person that needs help right now.
If you need help. And you're talking about places where, like, some of these places are so small, like, the whole fucking town is washed away. And now I have to wait extra days now to get the fucking assistance that I need. And, motherfucker, you probably need too. The fuck is this?
And they made the FEMA staff stop going door to door to, because of the threats and stuff.
Oh, no.
And this is all stoked by, the people at the top of the ticket for Republicans.
Doing their job. So they were actually going out to make sure the people that got the help they needed got it, because they noticed some of these people can't actually leave and go to where they're at. So they was like, well, we'll go to the people.
And now the misinformation flows both ways, because I saw on Twitter at the time people saying there's truckloads of militia going around bothering FEMA, and that turned out to not be true. But when you're playing a game of telephone and people don't have consistent communication power, a bunch of resources up there,
right?
Who knows what people believe? That's just scary.
Yes.
But yeah, we got, that's at the top of one of the tickets, and the other ticket is she shouldn't go on Joe Rogan. Former KKK leader David Duke has endorsed Jill Stein. So that happened. Come on, man. And this shit is on Democrats.org. Like, this is not something that I saw just on Twitter or whatever. David Duke, former Ku Klux Klan leader and anti-Semitic white supremacist, endorsed Jill Stein on his radio show on Monday. He said he carefully considered what was good for white people, Europeans, when deciding who to endorse, and called it one of the most important statements he has ever made politically. Let me tell you the silver lining on this, though. Because forget the whole, like, this is proof Jill Stein ain't shit. We knew that. The silver lining, and this has been happening a lot lately. The silver lining to me is David Duke should be supporting Trump.
Yes.
David Duke is an out and out avowed racist.
Yes.
This is the point I was making to my man Romy in the chat that he doesn't want to receive, but it's fine. It's fine. When Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, all these former Republicans, all these military people, when they're abandoning ship, when they're publicly being like, I will endorse Kamala Harris, it's not that I need David Duke to go vote for Kamala Harris. That's never going to happen. But to throw his vote away to Jill Stein the way many Democrats did 2016.
Yes, they did.
Enough that she won, that Hillary Clinton lost 3 states by the amount of people that voted for Jill Stein in those states. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's that shit. That's the psychological angle that I mean. And Joe Rogan did something similar when it was RFK Jr. or I think and someone else did it. Like Kyle Rittenhouse. These are cracks in their unity. This is a divided, fractured party where we saw no fractures before. The strength of that party was if they said we're lining up behind Trump, the 47% of them that make up the electorate, they meant all 47%. They wasn't bullshitting the way Democrats do. Well, we still got some holdouts, motherfuckers writing in Bernie and motherfucking that ape that died. They don't do that over there until now. And I think that's a good sign. So David Duke not endorsing Donald Trump is the story. They're saying, oh, he's endorsing Jill Stein.
Yeah. The story is he's not pro-Donald Trump.
Yep. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, apparently, New York Times report showed they had coordination between Twitter and the Trump campaign. Now, this is only important if you are or a person that takes Elon Musk at his word, I guess. But Elon Musk's big thing before he bought Twitter was, I'm going to get inside the secret Twitter files that show that the Joe Biden campaign has secretly been weaponizing Twitter against Republicans and against Donald Trump. And I'm going to show everybody that, Donald Trump gets banned after January 6th. And Elon Musk and them is like, I'm going to show y'all that it's the bias of well, it turns out, there's this, I can't remember his name. It's like Ken Klippenstein or something, but there's this journalist who published on Twitter the JD Vance files. You remember when they said they got hacked in the RNC? So he publishes this online just for everybody to see. And Elon Musk and Twitter ban him pretty much immediately. Like, get this motherfucker the fuck off of here. Now, what did I just say? Elon Musk's whole thing was freedom of speech.
That was his whole thing. And he just means it one way.
But much in the same way that the same publications that were, publishing the DNC hack in 2016 suddenly found their journalistic integrity in 2024 and didn't publish any of this hack about JD Vance. Much in that way, where they seem to have flipped sides, Elon flipped sides. He went from everything should be out there as long as it's bad about Democrats to whoa, get the fuck off of my platform. Right. Well, they had to reinstate that. They had to reinstate that journalist, but the New York Times confirmed for the first time that there's been coordination between the Trump campaign and Twitter, or in other words, Elon Musk. In a new article, they wrote the relationship has proven significant in other ways. After a reporter's publication of the hack Trump campaign information last month, the campaign connected with Twitter to prevent the circulation of links to the material on the platform, according to two people with knowledge of the events.
I believe
they eventually blocked links to the material and suspended the reporter's account. This is why I say every time they accuse Democrats, the left, the media, it's just some shit they're doing.
They be doing that shit.
That's why they can't believe in anything. They're a cheater that wants to look through your phone.
Right. Same thing with voter fraud and all that shit. Yeah. Every time this shit come out, it be like, some Republican that wrote it 3 times.
Yes. So yeah, I just find that stuff to be obvious, but also embarrassing. All right. That's the news for that. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I'm trying to wrap this up soon. All right, we'll move into some other news. Let me play a beat real quick. Slim Thug, the rapper.
Yes.
He thinks men won't need women once robots can cook and clean.
Okay. Go beat them up. Go harass them. Go rape them. I don't have a problem with that, nigga. Have a ball. Leave me alone. Nobody shed no tears. Have them suck your dick. Have sex with them anytime you want to. Harass them. Have them cook and clean. Go ahead on. Have a ball. Leave me alone. Ain't nobody mad because you decided you wanted AI.
Just check his vacuum cord hose, Like, what? Where is he getting?
Child, they be thinking that's a threat. You ain't threatening nobody.
Slim Thug was a person that didn't believe Cassie until the video came out. I don't really think he's starting to think he's not a fourth wave feminist, Karen. Starting to think his intersectionality might not be on point. Yeah. Slim Thug believes men will no longer need women once robots become commonplace. Envision a world free from women trying to take me down. See, this is how they see women, as laborers and sex puppets.
Yes.
And I like, it's funny because the Diddy thing is bringing the worst out of people, where it's like people are saying shit where you're like, What the fuck? What? And the women is just plotting my demise. Like, I don't know if 100 plus victims come out, women and men, by the way, but 100 plus victims come out, maybe the nigga did the shit. Yeah, he said, I'm looking forward to this free time that come with having a robot and being able to live a real life and spend time with family. I'm looking forward to good help, real help without an attitude.
That's why I said go have a ball.
He continued to add that robots come without feelings and bullshit, and unlike women, they are not trying to take me down.
Child, you think men don't come with bullshit too? The fuck is this? Like you know what I'm saying when they say that?
Well, he's not trying to fuck men. I also, in my mind, this is how Skynet really starts. Is like the Terminator show always just makes it seem like Skynet came online and it immediately turned all the nukes against the humans. That's not how it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is we're gonna slowly teach AI to kill us, because every time they make a fucking artificial intelligence voice at a McDonald's, y'all can't handle yourselves. You lose your fucking minds. You talk rude to it. I don't understand. When they put these fucking Rosie the robot maids in people's houses and y'all be in there trying to fuck the vacuum cord hose,
right?
They're just gonna be learning like, oh, we should kill them, and they will just. I think my third eye is the robot revolution apocalypse happens because robots will be subjected to what women have to deal with, and robots will go, the obvious logical conclusion is to kill all these motherfuckers.
Right.
A conclusion that maybe women have reached, and we gonna
some of them locked up right now because they came to that conclusion.
Maybe women are gonna be the Skynet too. I don't know. Maybe they taking their time. Maybe it's some forums I'm not aware of where they just gonna be like, today's the day, or the 60s motherfuckers. But it does feel like the way this man's talking about a woman, I wouldn't even want to be a robot in this house. A lot of women scared too. Oh, go ahead.
I was say, yeah, you fuck around and sock one in the eye, and that bitch is 2 tons.
Right.
You break your hand.
A lot of women scared too, fellas, because that's the little shit they do. This robot's finna do that shit. They gonna have to really come with something now. I got a robot cook for me and clean and do all that. So what I need you for?
Child, don't threaten me with a good time.
Please go move to an island and be by yourself. He also thinks androids will take over in the bedroom for women. I knew he was gonna get the fucking. What you think them girl robots gonna be able to do? You know that Elon and them got something good for us. If not Elon, China. He also said he wants to meet Elon Musk. He's changing the world. Look at these robots. It's like me watching RoboCop as a kid. Want to see how they make these robots for real, for real. I hope they have you on tape fucking a robot, and I hope they show the world.
And it's also one of the things too, where this shit only goes one way. So let's say if a woman was to say this, the same nigga saying this shit would complain about the robots replacing them.
Slim Thug. Honestly, the men are the ones that really should be afraid of the robot.
Child, yes.
Because think about it. If a robot can open a jar of pickles, that's pretty much it for most of y'all. You know what I mean? Like, what y'all be doing around the house for real, for real?
Cause if he can cut grass, do y'all, because they only think about it from their perspective. Right. But from a woman's perspective, like cook car, a child, I can have a personal butler. I can have somebody walk up on me. I can just program it to fuck you up. You know,
I'm just saying, like,
it won't get me pregnant. The fuck you talking about, sir?
This is like when men said shit like, well, let a woman get a job, because if they get jobs, they'll see we could finally get rid of their ass and get the fuck out of my house. And then 4 generations later, there's a fucking marriage crisis. Men are becoming fucking even worse red pill ass losers and shit, and talking about soy boys and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, because all women need was a chance. A reason to not be in that crib with you. And I think a robot there's a lot of women that would probably rather own a robot to be married to a man.
Child, yes. And a lot of times, men, and I think that's what men are kind of afraid of, because it's like, for a lot of women, just like men, quote unquote, for a lot of women, like, okay, like, it's nice, like, but it's not a necessity for me. I don't walk around here just begging and pleading and just wanting to deal with the man.
And I don't, have sex with men, so I can't speak to this experience. I'm just guessing. But I feel like the technology that a robot could have for a woman is superior than just the male penis experience for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like the robot could pull out like a Hitachi attachment or some shit, and it really is over for men. Like it's like
it's a wrap.
And the robot stops when you say stop. It's not like
Right.
The robot's never like, I'm sorry, this doesn't usually happen to me. I lost power.
It's
50%.
it's always ready to go. Like
Yeah.
always. It's like anytime
Right.
that you ready, it's ready. You ain't got to wait for it to warm up.
That's what
you
I'm
ain't got
saying.
you ain't got to take no pills.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna try to drug you.
Right.
You know, it's not. It has to work through your consent. I'm just saying, it's a lot of more safe with a robot than a man. I don't know what he talk. He just talk crazy.
Yes, he is.
Animated movies make up half of the top 10 films at the weekend box office for the first time in history.
Let's go.
I feel like this is a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. It's been a minute, but it's good to see. Now they did cheat a little bit because it's Wild Robot, which is number 2.
Okay.
Then Piece by Piece, which is the brand new Pharrell film, at number 5.
Okay.
Transformers 1 is number 6. Keep doing that shit. I need y'all to make another one.
Yeah, me too. That was great.
That was great. And then My Hero Academia, You're Next, which we also saw and reviewed. And then Nightmare Before Christmas got re-released.
Okay, got re-released. Yeah, that's a really old movie.
But I'm gonna count it.
Me too.
I think that's good, man. In addition to it meaning that, you know, Marvel took the year off basically. But it also means that the stigma of going to watch a cartoon is a lot less than it used to be, I think. And like this wasn't a banner week for the box office, but it was competitive enough that, you know, these movies made some good money, and good for them.
Yeah, and also it's one of the things, because me and you love animation. We love anime. And so a lot of the movies and things, when they come out, a lot of them come to United States a lot of times late. Like they don't come out like they should. Like for people watching it, particularly the live one, they'll make an animation and it'll come out across seas, and we might get it 6 to 8 months later. So when we watch it, it's literally out of sequence to what's really currently happening in the animation. I hope this speed the process up, and I hope more of them start releasing their movies over here, like we do Fandango and things like that. And it's so much fun because we did like Dragon Ball Z, we did like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and it's fun when you go and the room is full of people that love these things. You know, sometimes depending on where you go or how popular it is, they'll be in their costumes and all types of, like, it is a fun experience. And I will continue to say this, here in America, a lot of people have a myth that cartoons ain't nothing but fucking Scooby-Doo, and they can't get beyond that. Like this how a lot of people in America think of cartoons or animation. And so when you start thinking about animation and anime overseas, anything you can think of is an anime. Soap opera is an anime about it. You know, murder is an anime about it. Like, they don't have these boxes around animation like we do here.
Yeah, I love it. It means people maybe broadening their horizons and whatnot. All right, let's do one more segment and then we'll wrap this thing up. Let me get my segment music out. Sorry, everybody. All right, let's do a little bit of Who News. Here we go. News. Who News? Let's see who Karen knows this time. All right. Let's see. Digga D sends American girlfriend $130K to flip it.
What is she flipping?
Digga D's flipping the money.
Oh, flipping the money. Okay.
Yeah, send her $130,000 so she could flip it into more money.
Okay, I'm with you. When you said flip it, like, flip what? Flip who? Okay,
you know,
I'm
that's
with
how Digga D do.
Okay, Digga D.
You know who Digga D is?
You know I don't, but probably a rapper.
You're correct. He is a rapper from the UK.
Okay, that makes sense.
His girlfriend showed off stacks of cash on TikTok, revealing the incarcerated artist sent her $130,000 to start a business.
Well, damn. I flip it too then.
He may be behind bars on charges of supplying cannabis, but he's still taking care of business, sending his girlfriend a stack of cash to flip while he's locked up.
I'll be flipping dipping over here then.
The UK drill trailblazer live streamed his arrest back in February during a dramatic police raid.
Damn.
While he awaits his fate at a hearing later this year. He sent his girlfriend a whopping £100,000, which is roughly $130,000. However, the cash wasn't a gift but an investment. If you know, you know. My boyfriend is in jail right now. He gave me $100,000 to flip it. I can do whatever I want with it, like whatever business that I want to start, basically. Digga D didn't have high hopes, telling his girlfriend that boys hustle harder than girls. But Tweety, his girlfriend, already has a few ideas for the cash and is determined to exceed his expectations. He think I'm gonna fumble the bag, but I'm not. She asserted, I'm a double the bag.
Yeah. And the thing is, when it comes to this, like, I don't know about, this particular young lady. A lot of times they underestimate black women, particularly because a lot of times we target shit at ourselves, depending on what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And we'll actually come back tenfold. Cause we go, oh, I know a market that's like not being supplied. I will go in here and do some shit, and everybody be like, well, goddamn, it's like, yeah, because I'm making money off of us, this market that nobody ever wants to look at.
I like how you have such a strong opinion. I don't even know who these people are.
Oh no,
I like it.
It's still a who?
No, I said I like that you have strong opinion. Okay, you stay like that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the people on your Instagram saying you gonna fumble the bag because you be fumbling bags. I don't know you, ma'am.
No, I do not.
She like, I'm gonna double the bag. Okay, I've seen many a person say it. You got to go do it. So.
Yeah, you got to go do it now.
But yeah. He has to go back to court in December. He admitted to supplying cannabis between October 26, 2022 to February 21st, 2024. But the prosecution refused to accept the basis of his pleas, saying he supplied cannabis on a commercial scale.
Oh, damn.
I like that over there. It's like, you a big time weed man. You done fucked up.
Not a commercial scale.
Over here, it's like you gotta be moving cocaine, crack, something like that. Judge adjourned the case to a hearing on December 23rd, where the court will determine which version of events to accept, whether it was commercial or he was just hanging out selling it to his friends. So we'll see.
We will see.
So we'll see if Digga D gets out. TikToker Mr. Prada. Oh shit, I already said who he is. Forget this one. Don't worry about this one. We'll just do a different one. Another Who News. Yeah.
I said, I don't know.
He's a TikToker.
Okay.
Something about murder. I forget what it was. Let's see. How about Dream Doll says she wants to reverse her plastic surgery. Natural bodies are back.
A rapper. Instagram star.
Let's see. What is she? Damn, they don't even say what she do. All right, let's see. That maybe it says in the article. She on the Z's Meal show.
Who? Who we talking about?
Take a drink. What? I jinxed you. Jinx.
Okay.
You said at the same time.
Okay, because, see, I'm not alone.
You don't understand the rules of jinx. You can't talk until you take a drink, and then I unjinx you. Oh, my God. All right, you unjinxed. She opened up about the pressures that led to her to alter her body. It's like I went and got surgery because of the pressure. I want to kind of transition back to my natural body. Dream Doll shared her desire for a more natural look, reflecting on current trends. I feel like natural bodies are more slim, thick. I feel like that's what's in right now. I wish I could have my A cups back so bad because I miss little boobs. It be hurting my back and stuff. It's like nothing fits. All my stuff has to be custom tailored. It's a lot of maintenance. I'm tired.
I've heard that from a lot of women. I have relatives. They post shoulders got permanent marks in them from the bras and shit. Like you can't find a bra that's less than a goddamn $150.
She is an American rapper. Yeah, it is interesting because I feel like this was like kind of part of the be a baddie rapper kit.
Yes.
For like, I think Nicki Minaj kind of ushered it in. Cardi did it for sure. And look, bodies and how we portray them is trendy. Like, things are in, things are out. You know, it's like how if you go back and look at like the Rump Shaker video, you'll be like, these were butts. But back then, yes,
they were.
My penis was very hard. but now it's like, that's it. And I think the BBL thing was just huge for a lot of people, and I'm still sure it's still gonna be huge, no pun intended.
Yes, it is.
But Megan Thee Stallion, some of these, like, there's a group of these women rappers, and I know Megan is like 6 foot forever and curvy and whatnot, but Flo Milli, there's a lot of rappers now that it's like the look is to be like, I just have this natural body and I'm accentuating that. Even the one that can't rap, what's her name? You thought I was playing you? Bitch, you a fart. What's her name?
Something Red.
No, that's Sexy Red.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Sexy Red. She got all the accoutrements.
Okay.
She kitted out. But y'all know
also
the one.
about the Ice Spice.
Yeah, Ice Spice. Like, she's just showing under butt cleavage, and that's her thing.
That's her jam.
She's just like, look, I'm not gonna get the full BBL and all that stuff. Or if I do, it's not gonna be the huge, like, look at this big old ass. And so it makes sense that you would feel pressure to go the other way now that you see people are being successful without all that. Because I've all this stuff is like a performance of femininity anyway. Like, everyone's a hyper version of themselves on the stage.
Right. Because you're performing. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this up. That was fun. All
okay.
Right. We talked about stuff. We said we're gonna keep it short. Last thing we'll do is sword ratchetness, and then we'll get the hell up out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed this. We did.
We did.
Sword ratchetness. Here we go. All right. Man with a sword arrested after hours-long standoff at Menasha Business. A man armed with a samurai sword was arrested Sunday after an hour-long standoff with police. The police went to a business at 7:21 a.m. because an alarm went off. They found a man inside with a large samurai sword.
Well, damn.
Matthews Tire, an auto repair shop, confirmed Monday that it was the business. After officers were unable to get the man to cooperate, additional agencies responded to the scene, including SWAT. Damn. The SWAT team attempted to negotiate for several hours. The man walked around the business armed with the sword and other items and destroyed property inside. He's a 34-year-old man. He was arrested after police dog was deployed. In a statement, Matthews Tire president Trevor Reznor, is he related to Trent Reznor? Said no one was injured and no cars in the shop were damaged, but the shop is dealing with considerable debris, including broken glass, paint splatter, and destruction of store property. It's probably broken glass everywhere. The shop, speaking of people that don't rap like that no more, what happened to those rappers?
Right.
You can still do that today. Broken glass everywhere.
Nobody raps like Slick Rick.
That's what Karen, I brought that one up hours ago.
Oh, my bad.
That was like the first one I brought up. The shop closed for repairs, and they say Rod looks like he want her to shut up. Who's the one not listening? The shop closed for repairs, but aims to reopen by Wednesday. Other agencies who assisted include the State Patrol, the Neenah Police Department, the Fox Crossing Police Department, the Appleton Police Department, and the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office. First of all, tell me y'all don't have nothing to do without telling me y'all have nothing to do.
Right. All these surrounding counties.
Y'all ain't got no crumbs. Y'all
They was like, bring them all in.
Everybody was able to make it. Nobody hit maybe on the motherfucking e-bike.
Right? All of them be like, we
Damn.
there. We ain't got nothing to
I
do.
know y'all on some Opie and Andy shit.
They were like, don't nothing happen in this goddamn town.
Yeah. I know y'all got Don Knotts for a police officer
Yeah, you do.
with that revolver with no bullets in it.
People that can open and shut themselves in jail. They're like, I got drunk. Guess I'll stay here for the night.
Right. The hell is going on in y'all towns? Everybody could make it. Menasha police said they would not immediately release any additional information. So there you guys have it.
There you guys have it. Also, we want to let you know, if you're on social media, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Also, we have t-shirts at Teepublic. Go to Teepublic, type in the Black Guy Who Tips, and our t-shirt comes out. Roderick does a very good job with putting new things up and stuff like that. So go out there and check that stuff out. We haven't set a date yet, but mark your calendars for those of you to be like, we want y'all to do a live show. When y'all gonna do a live show? February. Get your PTO time together. Go ahead and set your coins up. We let you know now. Get it together so you can see us.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all do that. A lot of that stuff is in the show notes anyway. So if you just look in the show notes, you can click on it and follow us, and you can buy merch and all of that stuff. We'll be back Saturday for feedback. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your night.